I'm on the stream page and it hasn't. Okay, but there's a little bit of a delay, so maybe it'll happen. It'll happen now. Oh, we got a.
I'm just refreshing the page here.
Oh, okay. The chat saying it started. Hello, hey
Oh,
everybody. How's it going?
hey there, how are you, David?
I'm good. I'm good. So today we're joined again by Robson from Omnia Tech. According to Anna, it's not live yet.
Yeah, it's not live for me also.
Oh yeah, I just reset it as well.
David does that stuff.
Yeah.
You can call me Rob, don't worry. It's like all my foreigner friends call me Rob.
Oh really? It's okay. I
Yeah.
can call you Rob. Well, we're getting comments in OBS saying we're live. So I guess
What's happening to you too?
I don't know. But I mean, to be fair, YouTube is renowned for being terrible with random stuff like this.
Yeah,
So
sure.
so can anybody in the comments just tell us again? Can you see us? Because I can't see us. Oh, it's live. Okay, we're live. Hello again, everybody. How's it going?
Hello for the second or third time.
Yeah. I mean, it's this was bound to happen. But yeah. So how's it going, Rob? How's everything been going since we streamed last time?
Oh, everything is fine. Well, the PC parts are not so fine because we don't have stock for PC parts, but you know, like regular life, everything is okay.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Did you see that? Do you follow Low Spec Gamer? Have you?
No, no.
Oh, okay. So, because he posted a video about like budget PCs, how like when all these YouTube channels when they discuss like doing secondhand budget builds and stuff, like it's all in America, and that's not at all how it works to build secondhand PCs. So I found that quite interesting. I'll share that video with you when we're after the after the stream.
Cool, man.
But yeah, so what's
Actually,
oh sorry.
actually, AliExpress is getting better now. The prices are getting much better. I think from last week to now, the prices are getting really better. You know.
Oh, okay. I've actually been after that video. I went straight onto AliExpress, and I was like, I am gonna build an AliExpress PC now because I think there's some interesting options there. Oh, we've got Timmy Joe in the comment section. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Timmy? We've actually got a lot of people here. Everybody's saying hi. A bunch of Discord members going on as well. But yeah, so I actually am thinking of doing like a community based build. So like you kind of like share the cart that I have at the moment with people, and then just like ask them what they would change and see if we can put together like the ultimate AliExpress budget build, you know?
That would be cool. I would recommend the RX 570.
Yes.
This is my first recommendation because I just through the affiliate links I sell them a lot.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So I know people really enjoy them.
Yeah, and I saw some RX 470s for like $60 on AliExpress, which is that's pretty crazy. Like that's awesome.
But I think the 570 is also $60.
Oh, is it the same amount? Oh, what? I'll have a look at
or
that.
or it's 68, like $8 more, or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Do you think that extra $8 is worth it? Going over
I don't know
the...
because I've never used the 470 before, just the 580 and the 570 and the 580.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I can't really answer. If I don't know, I just say I don't know.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think it's better saying I don't know than yeah, this is definitely the truth, and then like have it be wrong. That's something I do a lot.
So Lavi, the stream is not working for me here on YouTube. People are complaining that if you are like more than 15 minutes late, they're gonna leave. At least on YouTube.
Oh, really? So people aren't seeing it? Because we've got some people saying that it's working and some that it's not. Wait, I have an idea. Let me try this.
Oh, at least for me, it's not working. I'm checking it out with my account.
Yeah, it's not working on my end as well. I also can't see it. Let me reload here. Well, I mean,
someone said just like his live, but I don't know where he's watching from. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Are you streaming it to Twitch as well?
no, 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 no. Oh yeah, so we've got some
I
people.
don't know what from this time.
Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be streaming on Twitch. I just set it up for YouTube. And now I reset my I reloaded my YouTube studio and now it just said oops, something went wrong. So I don't know. Let me open another page. this is going.
It's streaming on YouTube.
Everything is going so well, so fun.
Oh, so everybody that can't see me, I'm actually going to comment it in the video because I've just wait here. I can see us now on my account. So reload your page and see if it works.
Nope.
Still not?
Still not. I'm gonna try it again, like just open Chrome again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently we have an excellent connection, so that's good. I've reset everything. It should work for everybody now.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, so where were we? We were talking about about AliExpress builds. Yeah. So what kind of budget do you think you should be aiming at? I'm thinking of trying like a $300 build on AliExpress.
Are you going to buy the power supply there as well?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I had a look at power supplies, and they looked a bit they looked a bit sketchy. Like I don't know.
Sketchy.
Yeah. So there were a couple of Corsair options, but they were pretty expensive.
Well, I have a tip for you. You should look for Thermaltake's power supplies there.
Oh, okay.
They are really cheap, like really cheap.
Okay, and are they like decent Thermaltake power supplies, or are they like the?
Yeah, I don't like Thermaltake power supplies anyways, but in general, I prefer Corsair and the VGA. But
yeah,
but considering that you're gonna get a brand, like you have like a name of a company on the power supply,
yeah,
and it is 80 plus bronze, so I would get a Thermaltake one, and it's RGB if you care about it.
Yeah, because I mean RGB power supplies are the most important component to have.
It's just horrible, yeah, but I know, but they do it, so they don't charge extra for it, so let's go for it.
Yeah, exactly. So Timmy Joe said he had a line on someone on eBay with RX 470 8 GB mining editions that have a single DVI output, and the guy had like 10 of them, and he said they were only like $89. So that's for an 8 GB RX 470. That's pretty good. But yeah, the prices on honestly, the prices on AliExpress were way better than I thought, because you can get like a Ryzen 3 1200 as well for like $40, which is
awesome.
crazy. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna do one of those.
One that I was really looking into was the Ryzen 5 1400. Like 4-core, 8 threads.
Yeah, and I think the extra threads will help definitely.
I have one. This one is like the Ryzen 5 that I have here.
Okay.
On display. The box it's a 4-core 8 thread. It's the Ryzen. It's pretty decent,
Okay, that's the 1400.
Yeah, or it's the 1500. I don't remember. I know it's 4 cores and 8 threads.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, no. So you said you had some questions.
Oh yeah, sure, man. I was gonna ask you this off camera because it was really adult. About
okay.
about my Ryzen CPU, because I just got one, and
yes,
and it was reaching like really high voltages, like on the V core.
Yeah,
it is reaching 1.5 volts. Like I didn't like set up to it's just on auto,
Yes.
So I know you also have one to edit stuff. So how is your voltage there? How did you manage to set it up? Things like that.
Yeah, so we actually like the thing is I briefly had a look at my voltages, and it does seem that it jumps pretty high when it's just left to auto, right? Like when it's busy under load, it'll jump to like not quite 1.5 volts, but I think I was getting about 1.47, which is, I mean, that's pretty high.
That's high.
Yeah, and the thing is, interestingly enough, actually, we've got some political discussion going on in the chat.
Omega Pro is also talking about the 1500, the Ryzen 1500. He said it's a great little chip. Yeah, it is. It's really great.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm actually just quickly gonna before we carry on, please don't discuss random random politics in the chat. Where we're talking about AliExpress and like AMD voltages here, not who needs to be president next. But yeah, so the Gamers Nexus, actually, there was a whole story that broke recently about motherboards really aggressively pushing voltages and then like kind of misrepresenting how much power is actually being sent to the chip so that they can like send more power without the CPU actually realizing it. So there was a whole story about it, but basically what he was talking about was that it doesn't really matter too much, like those voltage jumps. It's really high and it looks pretty hectic, but it's not necessarily going to kill anything. The thing is, like, I usually set it up myself. Like when you go into your BIOS, I would hard limit it at like 1.4 volts, because I think anything above that you don't really need for like, you know, the higher core frequencies, and then you're just, yeah, it's it's just being a bit unnecessarily brutal on the CPU, you know.
I was thinking the same stuff. Like I was going to just hard lock it myself, like to 1.41, something like that, or try to do an overclock. You know, like all cores, 4.3, 4.4 gigahertz on all cores. Because if it reaches 1.5 volts, I have some headroom, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. And the thing is, you get to know the chip you have. Because of the whole silicon lottery thing, you kind of have to... So I have like a 1700X that I've been using for like 2 years. And I know exactly how it'll behave at certain voltages. So you just kind of like play around with overclocks and stuff and see... and get to know the chip where it works properly. But 1.4 is I don't want to go much higher than that.
Sure, I will try that. And my 1.5 volts, it's just like XFR being XFR.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the things that we spoke about earlier was that like all motherboards do that. Like Intel motherboards are also ridiculous when it comes to pushing voltages. Yeah. It's like that Kurt build that
But this one here is really aggressive, man. This tough gaming, yeah. It's like 1.5 is just too much for Ryzen CPU.
Yeah.
What the heck?
What kind of temperatures were you getting on it with 1.5 volts?
Well, it reaches very briefly, so I'm getting a maximum of 64.5 Celsius.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
With a 240 millimeter AIO. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but I mean that's actually really not that bad, temperature-wise, considering that it jumps to 1.5 volts. I'd think that it would hit like 150 or whatever. You know, that sounds pretty crazy.
But the software says, HY Info says that the average is 1.4 or 1.39. So I'm not so concerned about it. You know, like that's the average. So I was just worried about the maximum.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think like according to that Gamers Nexus article that I saw earlier today, it seems like it's fairly normal and we shouldn't be too worried about it, I guess, you know? Yeah.
So do you wanna answer some of the comments? Like,
yeah. So we've got a bunch talking about how the YouTube app is acting up. Someone's like, I was waiting for you guys to go live and nothing happened. Then I jumped on my PC and noticed it already started. Yeah, I don't think the scheduling worked as well as I thought it was going to.
Yeah, maybe next time you shouldn't schedule it.
Yeah. Like does everyone else have this kind of like for you guys watching? Do a lot of people that like stream on YouTube have issues with it just doing weird stuff, or is it just me being stupid? I'm not sure. Probably just me. Yeah. So are there any comments that you see that you wanna check out?
Not really.
Okay. Oh, someone's asking what webcam am I using? So I'm using a Logitech C920. So it's not one of the newer Brio ones, but you can actually get them on sale quite regularly for not very much money. Oh, we've got Scuba Steve is asking, I'm building my partner a computer and I'm not sure which to buy, the 3300X or the 3600, since the performance is similar, but the 3600 only costs $30 more and has more cores and threads. Yeah, so Rob, do you want to take that?
Yeah, sure, man. Well, I don't have a 3300X, but from all the info I've seen on the internet, if you're just gaming, I would go with the X version, like the 3300. But if you are like trying to stream or do some, content creation, something like that, I would definitely go with the 3600.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Because the thing is, the biggest problem I think with the 3300X at the moment is like stock. Can you actually find them anywhere? I've been looking around. Like
they didn't arrive to Brazil yet. Like that's one of the reasons that I couldn't test one. So.
Yeah. Like it's I if you can find one, I like the idea that Rob was saying of like purely for gaming, the higher single threaded performance is will definitely help you out.
And you have some overhead to overclock it if you want to, of course.
Okay.
You can overclock it. I was watching a Gamer Nexus video about it, and he achieved a pretty solid, pretty decent overclock.
Yeah. No, that's cool because that X variant does push the. I really want one of those CPUs. I don't know why they're so difficult to find.
Yeah, but because it's new.
yeah, and there's always that like soft launch thing, right? That's become so trendy that like all the companies like, oh, here we've launched it, and then they send all of the CPUs to YouTubers, and then like no one else can buy them.
I get really mad, because since I'm a small YouTuber, I'm like reaching 14,000 subscribers now, so I'm really small. So companies don't even talk to me like big companies, so I will never get my hands on one.
I think it's pretty hard to get AMD to talk to you, to be honest. I think you need to like have married into that family, or there's it's kind of like a weird.
and I live near their office. I visited their office here in Brazil. It's in São Paulo, here in my city, so it's like 7 blocks from here.
Oh, wow,
really
that's
near.
Awesome.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even talk to me. Like I'd stop it at the desk.
Oh,
the lady was polite, but it was pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
We have a super chat, man.
Yeah, I saw. We've got name withheld. Thank you for the $2. That's very exciting. Yeah, that's awesome. And they ask, should I try gaming laptops or not bother?
You take this one first.
Yeah,
the last time it was me.
Okay. I guess it depends on what budget you have and what you want to do with it. Gaming laptops have gotten pretty good. Like you can get some pretty awesome options, especially considering that they don't have like the mobile versions of GPUs. As they use like more comparable versions of the GPUs to desktop versions. If you can get your hands on one of those new AMD like Ryzen CPU based laptops, like that would be really awesome. But yeah, it kind of we need a bit more information than that as to how much you move around, and what you want to do what you want to do with it.
I would like to know also where does he live, because depending on the country, the price is really terrible. For example, in Brazil, I would never recommend a gaming laptop. It's just too expensive.
Oh, okay. So is there like a huge price premium over like a laptop is supposed to?
Absolutely, from 50 to 100%.
Oh, okay. Okay,
so it's too much. I would always recommend, hey, if you don't move around too much, just like don't bother. Just use a desktop.
Yeah,
seriously, it's just my opinion, Like.
No, for sure. Yeah, and it's good exercise carrying it around, So like if you.
Don't even start on that. I showed you my new PC, right?
Yeah. Is it heavy?
So, man, just the case because it has like it has glass on both sides, right?
Oh yeah.
So just the case is 20 kilos.
Oh, what?
I don't know how to say it in pounds, but it's kilos.
20 kilos, and that's can you move it, or does the like desk bow in? Is it like how
my desk is pretty sturdy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when I was building the PC, then when I finished it,
Yeah.
I was just like trying to lift it and put it on place, and I was like, oh, my back.
Yeah.
I underestimated the weight of the whole PC when everything was set up.
Yeah,
So,
sure. Like the moment that you add more tempered glass to cases, they just get heavier.
yeah.
So actually, Timmy Joe said that he found a 3300X on Newegg. Maybe my timing's just bad. Like maybe I'm just, I just keep missing it. Ooh, name withheld sent another super chat, $10. Holy crap, that's awesome. Thank you.
Oh man, thank you. But if you live in DC, I think you should consider getting a laptop, a gaming laptop. I think
For
the prices
sure.
there are fair. Like.
Yeah, for sure. And you've got a budget of $2,500. Like you can get a really nice gaming laptop for that option.
Like with a decent refresh rate monitor and everything. Like your screen, sorry.
Yeah. So I think you can definitely look at that. A good like resource for like laptop reviews is Jared's Tech. Has a lot of like interesting information about, like, he's reviewed every laptop, and Dave Lee is also really good. So you can go check out those. I actually
just a second, just to answer both name withheld, and another one is I think it's Jar. He's asking about, he says he lives in the Netherlands, so you should check like a YouTube channel that is from Netherlands that is called Tech Testers.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna leave it here in the chat.
Oh, cool. Is that for laptops and for like gaming laptops?
Mostly, they cover everything. You should check it out too, David. They do motherboard reviews and mouse and headsets, everything. Monitors. Their reviews on monitors are really top notch. So
okay, cool.
You should check it out, and they have all the prices considering like euros, like in Netherlands. So
yeah. I recognize that name. Let me quickly if it is who I think it is. Oh yeah, I know Tech Testers. Yeah. Oh, they are awesome. No, for sure.
Yeah. Check their content. They have a lot of laptop reviews, and they are great. Like they check thermals, performance, build quality, everything. So
okay, yeah.
Especially if you live in the Netherlands.
yeah. I didn't realize they were based there. I probably should have, but I was earlier. There was just someone called Neat asked, when is the Vega 56 video? And I've been meaning to reply to your comments, Neat. I see you on almost every video. I'll see a comment asking for the 560. So I wanted to do a video on like really balls to the wall overclocking a Vega 56. But then I went and looked, and there is just so many videos out about people doing that and playing around with various ways to overclock it. And I just thought that there was no way that I could add to that. There was no information that I could give as, compared to like everyone else that's spoken about it. So I'm sorry about that, Neat, but I don't think that video is going to come out. I did actually try. I did actually had a look. I had a look. Don't guilt me.
Come on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna guilt you because now you have so much reach nowadays. After you got like 100,000 subscribers, you're definitely going to reach a lot of people that never heard about it. You should try.
Okay. Well, I mean, one of the people that did like 5 videos in a row on it was Gamers Nexus, and they have a pretty wide reach.
I know, but you don't have the same audience.
No, that's
exactly the same one.
No, that's true. I think we have a pretty different audience, to be honest.
They have 30-minute videos, and they are very technical, so
yeah,
it's kind of different.
Yeah, and my videos are just me trying my hardest to not say like sexual innuendo. So it's like they're
break stuff.
Yeah. So they do target different people.
Like
that's true.
When I broke the CPU here in the background
yeah.
on the Intel motherboard. Oh, I discovered the name of the chip. It's a Pentium D945.
Oh, okay, a 945.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it just. You said that you literally saw smoke coming out of from under the cooler.
And the smell. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was hard. I was heartbroken. I'm still. But I think I will buy another one. It's so cheap.
Yeah. It's a dual core. Yeah, I see here. Oh.
Yeah. So cheap.
That's cool. Yeah, maybe try that out, because if the motherboard's still working, then you can just plop it in there, and then it'll go to town. Oh, we got a Timmy Joe super chat. Oh, what?
Thanks, Timmy Joe.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you for still being around. You've been here since the beginning. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. We've also got Omega Pro, and a bunch of people are busy talking about RTX voice being an issue. Do you use RTX voice at all?
Yeah, I tried with the 1660 Super that I told you.
Yeah.
I was testing, right?
Yeah.
I did a video comparing the three generations, the 960, 1060, and 6060 Super on my channel. And I will subtitle it in English. If you guys are interested, you can check it out.
Really good video. I checked it out. I really like it. It's awesome.
Hey, thanks, Dawid. So at least you can understand the graphs. You know, it's in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, but you can understand the graphs.
Yeah.
So I tried it, and it is cool. You know, it worked for me, but I just tested it for like 10 minutes. So I have no idea if you try it for like 1 week or for a whole stream, if it's going to work. I really don't know. But for 10 minutes, it was really mind-blowing for me, to be very honest.
Yeah. The thing is, I've been struggling to get it to work, but just on a side note, Timmy Joe has been asking, and I've been ignoring his comment. Sorry, he's been asking if I got an email from Linus today. Yes, it's I got that email, and
tell us about it.
Are we allowed to talk about it? I don't. Is it fine to talk about it? Yeah. So the thing is, like, it seems like. I don't know if I'm waiting for. Is it? Am I allowed to say? I don't know. Okay, but basically,
it's just shouting like, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, no, go. I should actually check the email first if we're allowed to bring it up. No. It's so basically, LTX 2020 is not happening anymore. So they wanted to do like a virtual version of it, but unfortunately, it's not. It's not gonna happen anymore.
I was thinking about going, like, when I saw your videos last year, I thought, like, I'm going to save some money. I'm just going to travel to Canada and just check it out, you know. But then all of this stuff happened, the pandemic and everything.
Yeah. They wanted to do... So Timmy Joe is saying he doesn't know if we're allowed to talk about it, but he just wanted to say that it was weird getting an email from Linus Sebastian. It was really weird. Seeing Linus's name and surname in an email address like that, yeah, it was. And then he added like all the tech YouTubers in it, so I can now just like spam everyone like with emails, you know.
You're cool. And you got important, man. You got an email from the Sir Linus.
Yeah, Timmy says he was so excited going to the cool kids table.
Oh yeah.
Wait, let me see.
You know what I was like really looking forward for the event. Like, do you know that case throwing stuff competition?
Yeah.
So I was training really hard for that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you need upper body strength to throw it.
Because, you know, I work out and everything, but I have like really old cases here, and they started practicing. I'm not joking, man. I was throwing them to the trash. Yeah, on the building. I was like throwing them to the trash can, you know, that I have a huge trash can from the building, you know.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and I was getting pretty good. I was like really sure like I was gonna win. But
yeah. Did you? Oh, sorry?
No, please.
What distance did you get? How far could you throw it?
I don't want to embarrass myself. But let me know what was the record last year, just to see if I'm near it. Do you remember the record?
I have no idea. Let me quickly LTX 2019 case throwing record. Let me see if there's actually a tweet about it. I don't see anything here, but I'm not having much of a look. Maybe someone in the comment section knows what the max distance is that someone threw it. But yeah, I'm sure you did super well. I mean, like it's you know, if you've been practicing, like you can, yeah.
It was only 2 times, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's still more than I've ever done. So someone asked, I bought an RX 5600 XT. I'm happy to be using Happy not to be using the integrated graphics on my 4790. Yo, that's a pretty big upgrade, to be honest. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like using my PC or the MacBook Pro I'm using now to use the webcam. It's like night and day. The difference is night and day.
Yeah. Yeah. So what were you saying about the MacBook that you were using? What generation is it?
Oh, it's early sorry, my voice. So it's early 2011.
Okay.
It got an i5. I don't remember because I don't use it.
Yeah.
I don't use it too much. 4 gigs of RAM. So I really need to upgrade it to just stick a SSD to it and get a RAM upgrade as soon as possible.
Is it how easy is it upgrading an SSD in a MacBook? Is it like is it easy? I don't know how it works.
It's pretty straightforward. The first time I was like, oh man, it's gonna suck, it's gonna be really hard. Then I open it and it's just like a regular laptop. I tried it once. So I just cloned the HD I have here, so to the SSD and put it in. It was pretty simple.
Oh, okay.
My issue is the battery. The battery is like I didn't even touch this stuff. It's like, I think it's like something that only Apple does. You cannot buy another one.
Yeah. It's like planned obsolescence, basically.
That's the reason I don't like Mac so much. Apple in general. I'm really not into it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Someone was asking, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
You? Yeah.
No, absolutely no.
Yeah. What kind of savage has pineapple on a pizza?
Like, do you also like put ketchup on your pizza?
Yeah, and mayonnaise and like. To be fair, I'm sure you get people that do that. to be entirely honest.
Well, I don't do it. It's like just olive oil, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So no, like, well, I mean, to be fair, I use something called Nando's sauce on pizza. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like
no, I have no idea. Can you tell me what it is? I'm curious because it's a tech channel. Both we are both tech channels talking about pizza, so it's really interesting.
I mean, the two go hand in hand. I mean, you can't talk about tech and not talk about pizza. But yeah, no. So it's like a peri-peri sauce. So it's basically like chili that you
oh right, chili. Because I don't know what's peri-peri sauce.
Oh, so. it's like hot sauce.
Cool.
Is the less obscure way of saying it, I guess.
All right, I could go with that. That's the only thing I would add to my pizza, I guess.
Yeah, and pineapple.
Coming back to the comments, someone, the feeder, just he said Omnia is in this 2 minutes, like for the competition for throwing the cases.
Oh, okay.
And then BSG Joe, we are going to need a video from Omnia Tech of the training, complete with 80s music. Yeah. I'm going to think about it, because I really like doing like this kind of stuff. I will try my best.
Yeah, like a workout compilation of you throwing throwing the cases. Yeah. I think that's
how much do you weigh, David? Can you tell us?
I mean, you can't ask someone how much they weigh, can you? Is that allowed?
If it is a girl, you cannot. But if it's a guy, it's like, oh, okay, it's normal.
Okay, well, I haven't weighed. Okay, to be honest, I haven't weighed myself in probably a year and a half. But the last time I weighed myself, I was about 90 kilograms. What do you weigh?
Jesus, man, you're fat.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned. Okay.
I weigh like 110 kilos, 20 more than you.
Oh, okay, 110. You're okay, 20 more. I mean, yeah, that's.
So I can throw stuff like really far.
Yeah, so if I'm fat at 90 kilograms, then like that's. But I mean, I'm sure it's all muscle.
No, it's not. I'm chubby.
A little bit fluffy.
Yeah. I was gonna say fluffy, but it sounded so. I'm not gonna say the word. We're living the difficult times.
Okay.
I was going to say something else like. So you were taller than me also, right? So.
I think we were pretty much the same height. I don't know why we're comparing bodies here, but should we take off our shirts and just compare six packs, or like what do you? Is that where this is going? Like I don't know why it's escalated to this point again. This happened last stream as well.
Yeah, but it was at the end at least, you know, like hitting on each other. But
yeah, this time it's in the middle that we're that we've got it going. And someone else, I actually in the same vein as the getting back to food. I know we were, but someone was saying, is everyone staying hydrated? And just Baba, that's very important. Thank you very much for reminding everybody to drink enough water, because you know that's good. I've got some green tea going for my hydration, so it's, you know, thank you for reminding us all.
yeah, and I'm not joking, but I drink from 4 to 6 liters of water every day. So I really drink a lot of water.
Oh, wow. That's very good. Everybody else should do that. You should with your case exercise throwing routine. You should add that in there. Yeah, just you drinking water.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm addicted to coffee, and every time I drink coffee, I drink a lot of water. That's the reason I drink so much water, I guess.
But that's good, because water, coffee dehydrates you. So it's like Okay, so I think we can move back to tech now.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you something, because you know I have two PCs in front of me, a laptop and a PC, but I'm still writing down stuff.
Yeah, like
I'm
on
really
post-it
old
notes.
school. Yeah, I'm over 30 years old, so I'm really old now. So I had a question for you, like a recommendation actually.
Okay.
So I have a 3700X, as I told you. You know it. Everybody knows it now.
Okay.
What is the best
too.
GPU? Yeah. So what's the best GPU that I could get for that CPU? Like, I don't want to bottleneck anything.
Oh, you don't want to bottleneck anything? What resolution? I think that would be the first question.
Yeah. So if I play 4K, I'm just playing like indie games, like.
Okay.
So I'm really not concerned about bottleneck there, because it's only on the GPU side of stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of the game that I was playing 4K? Even the 1060 can play it. Like.
Okay.
I was playing it. No, but I was thinking about 1080p,
okay,
144 hertz panel, and and 1440p, like. But I'm not really sure what frames I'm expecting, you know.
Yeah. So the thing is, like the 3700X, like it's pretty good when it comes to not bottlenecking stuff. So we actually have a bunch of people saying in the comment section, the only thing you can recommend is RTX 3000 is the next generation stuff. And then right under that we have Zarjar contradicting why the 3700X is pretty good at not bottlenecking stuff, with you can't really go that high on the games. So I mean, but the thing is, I feel like, if that's the CPU...
so somebody, sorry to interrupt you, but somebody said like the 3700X can take any GPU on the market. You know, like it depends on 1080p. I would disagree, but
I think the like, unless you're gaming at like 240 hertz, I feel like you can pretty much pair your budget to it. Like you can, like if you can afford a 2080 Ti, I think you can probably get away with pairing it with a 3700X.
Sure. But I can't. So I'm asking, like I want to buy it now. I don't want to wait for the big Navi. I don't want to wait for next generation. What do you think I should get now?
For you specifically, or?
In general, a person who has a 3700X.
Okay, so I think if you live in an area where the price gap between the 5700 XT and the 2070 Super isn't that huge, I'd kind of choose between those two. I think the 2070 Super, as far as Nvidia's lineup goes, is a pretty good buy at the moment. It is more expensive than the 5700 XT, but you know, you get features for that. So if you care about those features, go for the 2070 Super. But if you live in an area like you were saying when you were looking at 2070 Supers as opposed to 5700 XTs, the price gap was like almost double. Was that what you were saying? It was like huge.
Yeah, but it was my mistake. It was not double. It was 50% more, but it's still a lot of money.
Even 50% is huge. Yeah. So in that case, and if you're only like you were saying, if you're only gaming, that's a pretty good bet. Yeah. So I think that kind of price range of GPU is a really good is a really good pairing. And even if you can get like a 1080 Ti second hand as well for about, because it's roughly in that price range where it drops, that would also be a
That's great advice, man. Thank you.
Oh, oh, you think so?
Yeah. Okay. The 1080 Ti in Brazil is horrible to buy because the second-hand market, at least for the 1080, is horrible. But the other advices they apply to Brazil as well. So.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think when people talk about their opinions of tech pricing and stuff, it's usually based on pricing in the United States. Which it just doesn't apply to anyone else really. Like it just changes so much based on what region you're in.
Sure.
But yeah. So we've actually got a question here. RGC Tech, I see you've been posting it a couple times. Is what's my opinion on the Fractal Design Meshify C Mini? That is one of my favorite cases of all time. It's really good. You're asking if there are any disadvantages to it. Well, you've got it's M-ATX, so if you that means that you probably have a more limited motherboard selection. And honestly, that's kind of the biggest issue with it, is the fact that the motherboard manufacturers don't support the form factor as well. But I love that case. It's really good.
I know you love micro ATX.
Yeah.
Mobos, right? You love them.
Well, I don't love the Mobos. I love the form factor. I love the size, because it's like it's like a full-sized PC but little. Like they're pretty cute. I really like them.
I'm more into ATX or mini ATX. I don't like the middle. Like I'm never in the middle of stuff. I always like the big guns or the small guns.
No, for sure. And the thing is, I think there's a good argument to be made for that, because like if you want a small PC, buy an ITX PC, because then it's way smaller. If you want more like expansion and stuff, get ATX. M-ATX is like this weird middle ground. So I feel you on that one.
Yeah, and cases and motherboards, they are pretty hard to find. So just go ATX or mini ATX. Most of the cases, just most of the time, just choose one of both. One of them.
And the thing is, the Fractal Design Meshify C, there's an ATX version, which is still pretty small. It's not a huge case by any measure. So that's also a really good option. And I've built in that before, and I love that case.
Me too. We don't have them in Brazil, so a guy imported it and asked me to build it for him. A PC inside it, so it was really cool, man. The airflow is awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah, and that and one of my it passes the Dawid case test with flying colors, which is basically like, if you have an air cooler in a case, right? If you can fit your hand in between the case and the air cooler to plug the 8-pin CPU power cable in without cutting your hand to pieces on the cooler, then it's a good case, right? Then it's a good case. And the Meshify C, it passes that with flying colors. Maybe not with like an maybe not with a D15 or something, but with a normal sized air cooler, it passes the Dawid case test.
That's cool, man. We have another question here.
Okay.
For you. From Fruity Punch. Hey, David, should I keep my Ryzen 2600 or should I go for the new CPU series like the new Ryzen 7? Also, if I swap, should I go for the B550 or the X570? What is your opinion on that? Should he upgrade from the 2600?
Okay, I think that's a good question. I need a bit more information though. Like, what are you doing with it? Because the thing is, like, if you're just gaming, I wouldn't bother yet. I'd kind of, it's the 2600 is still a good gaming chip, and depending on what graphics card, unless you're pairing it with like a 2080 Super or whatever, it should be okay. But the thing is, I think if you're just gaming with it and you're not doing productivity stuff, I don't know if I'd bother yet. It's still a good chip. I'd kind of wait for bigger jumps in performance to happen. And there's always the question of, does it do what you want it to do? If it doesn't do what you want it to do, then maybe consider upgrading. But if it works perfectly fine for your use case, stick with it. You know, yeah.
I would say this. I would say the same. But if you are working with Blender or like really editing, just try to get a 8-core chip. That's it. That's it. But if you're not if you're not doing if you're not using Blender or editing stuff, just stick with it, and wait for better options. You know, like better upgrades, like that would give you more performance for your buck.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because you know, it's the 2600 is still a very capable CPU when it comes to, you know, not very core dependent productivity use cases. So I think you. Unless you really want to upgrade, that's the thing, you know. Sometimes you just get gas. Yeah. Sometimes you just get like, you just want to buy stuff, and then, you know, if you want to do that, then I guess that's also fine. You know, it's like, That's
it happens to me once a year. Once a year, I just like, hey, I have this money and I'm gonna spend it with what I like. You know, I told you I don't drink anymore, right? So I don't spend money drinking. So I save all that money nowadays and just buy PC parts.
Yeah. No. See, that's so it also depends on you. No, but I feel you on that. I have really bad like camera gas. Like I want to buy camera gear the whole time. The doorbell. Sorry, someone just rang the doorbell. I just constantly want to buy camera gear, but it's all so expensive. So I have to like stop myself to not like, you know. So sometimes you just want to upgrade.
Yeah. Talking about CPUs, we had a lot of questions about CPUs.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you about like, what is your recommendation for like the best CPU for gaming now? I'm not talking about the 10900K. All right, I'm just like. Think about bang for your buck and best performance. Which one would you recommend?
Yeah, so the thing is, like, again, like, pricing in your region depends, you know, that does vary the recommendation a bit. But I think if you, and also one of the reasons, because I'm kind of thinking the 10600K is a pretty, like, as far as just outright gaming performance at not a $500 CPU is pretty good. But the thing is, like,
but what about the motherboards?
Yeah, see, exactly, because the budget Z490 boards a lot of them are trash. There was a hardware unboxed video earlier today talking about, or it may have been yesterday, but talking about budget Z490 boards, and some of them are shocking, like really bad. So I would, considering that, the whole issue, you know, pairing a $300 motherboard with a $300 CPU, that doesn't make too much sense. So for that situation, the 3600 is so good, you know, it's such a good gaming chip. And like you were saying earlier, you were talking about the 3600X is only a little bit more expensive. It's like pretty much the same price in Brazil. So it is. Yeah. So if that's the case, that's such a good CPU for gaming and even light productivity and stuff.
I would suggest the same one over the other options, mainly because of the motherboard.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, you can get a B450 and just be happy, you know.
Exactly, yeah, and it doesn't cost that much, like, cause on like the Intel needs to deal with its motherboard selection. I think that's one of the biggest issues that they have when it comes to being competitive at the moment, is just their motherboards are so ridiculous. But yeah,
and temperatures.
yeah, no, definitely. I actually, Anna's Anna's interrupting with a cat here. he looks very unhappy.
Give him some food, man. Come on.
I think he just. Oh, now he looks happier. Hey, buddy. Okay, come take him out. We're busy talking about tech, Anna. Okay, so yeah, you agree with that with the 3600 or 3600X?
Yeah, totally. Especially because of the motherboard. If you're gonna go for it, and about the 2600, the other guy was talking about, like, kids never forget overclock your stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it safely, but you know, like overclock your stuff.
Yeah, nothing under a 1.5 volt is acceptable.
No.
I'm joking. Don't do that ever. That's not.
It depends if it's on the RAM, like me.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually had a really good idea for like a video collaboration, which was we should do like an overclocking competition where we see, you know, we have like the biggest problem with that is we'd have to use the same CPU and GPU. Anna, what are you doing? She's like derailing the stream here. If you have I'm so sidetracked now. Oh yeah, we need to use.
Well, we have the same CPU.
But I mean, we'd have to use the exact same chip because you may have won the silicon lottery and then I have like a dud chip and then you just win because you've got the better, like, that's the problem with that.
Oh, okay. You can stay at my house. I will just wait. You can travel to Brazil, okay? And then we can do it.
I would love to. I mean, we could literally just see. I would just see. We'd have to not show each other what we're doing because I would just copy your settings and then.
No, come on. Come on. Don't be like that. So, still talking about the CPU for gaming, and we agreed that the 3600 is the best value, is the best option. Now, I was thinking, how much would you spend on the motherboard and the CPU? Like, the mobile should be half the price of the CPU for you, something around that.
See, the thing is, when I budget out systems, I don't. Like, I'm actually, I do it quite badly because I know that you're kind of supposed to set your budget for your components and then shop. Whereas I like just kind of look for like motherboard options that I think looks nice. And then I kind of make the decision on the fly. So if I'm getting like a 3600, the moment that I'm buying it, I'll go look at like what options are available at what price. But I wouldn't spend more than like, so what is the 3600 going for new now? Let's see. Amazon. But maybe like I wouldn't go over like. It depends on the CPU. I don't know. It's a very like use by use situation. What do you think?
Usually, yeah, I use that measure. Like I would spend like 50% of the CPU.
Okay.
On my motherboard, up to 75% if you need a really nice motherboard.
Okay.
But that's because, you know, I build and sell a lot of and sell a lot of PCs here. So
yeah.
And business is getting better since the last time we spoke. Since the last time we went live.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty good, man. People are getting money again, I guess.
I'm glad that it's good that people, you know, are feeling comfortable to buy PC components. So you can buy a 3600 now new for $165. So that gives you, what is that? That gives you about $80 for a motherboard.
That's a very nice spot.
Sorry?
That's a very nice spot, like a sweet spot. $85. Like, for how much is a B450 there?
Oof, it's all sold out. Ooh, there's like nothing.
It's also in Brazil. It's also sold. Everything is sold out.
Yeah,
we only have like X570 boards here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's the more expensive one, so people aren't buying it as much. So the only one that I can see the price for here is a Gigabyte B450M DS3H. You can get for like $73. The problem that I have with that motherboard is that I've dropped an 8-core CPU in there and it did not have a good time. Like the motherboard hated it so much. Wait, let's see. How about an X470 board?
Oh, that's great. They have very nice VRMs.
Yeah. Oh, but they're all too expensive. See, that's the problem. At the moment, it's really difficult to budget like that.
It's really because of the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Pandemic stuff. So the feeder again, he told like you could use just one component benchmark or something, and he also said like silicon lottery is part of the game. We should try it anyway.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, we should try to overclock like our 3700X
Yeah.
and just do a video about it. It would be cool.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Is it cheating if I just leave it on with PBO? Like, is it?
No, it is not. I'm gonna just beat you. So it's no problem.
Oh wow, you've got your smack talk down.
Even in another language, right? It's not even Portuguese, and I can still smack talk.
Oh,
I'm
someone is.
reading comments. Sorry, I'm silent because I'm trying to find a comment to reply here. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I actually, on the note of the motherboards, RGC Tech has said that the B450 Pro 4 is cheap and has good VRMs. I don't know if you
Oh, it
actually...
certainly does.
Oh, sorry?
It has good VRM. Yeah, I tested the version, the B350 Pro. It is really good.
Oh, okay.
Like for the price, of course, for the price.
Yeah,
Oh, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna be clear here. I want to be clear.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna compare it to like a more expensive motherboard, then it won't compare as favorably. But
this one has a much better VRM, and it sucks, and it still has a better VRM.
Yeah, you're not happy with that motherboard, are you?
No. I'm really unhappy. I would go back to MSI if I could. I don't know if who's watching agrees with me, but like Asus, man, I prefer Gigabyte and MSI so much.
I mean, is shilling confirmed here, or? No, I'm just joking. I'm just teasing you up.
Come on, I was talking about two other companies.
Yeah. And chances that they're both paying is low.
I really like ASRock motherboards. Like
okay.
Everything about them, I love them. Like the VRM, all the connections, everything. But the BIOS sucks so much that at least for me, I cannot overclock RAM on it. So like I can on Asus and MSI and Gigabyte. So
yeah.
If you're going to overclock RAM, I don't know, just stick to an MSI board, I guess.
I have very little experience with MSI boards. I've only ever interacted with Asus and Gigabyte boards. So I've been really enjoying the last couple of Gigabyte boards that I've used. But not like they're like the X470 boards are really nice.
I tested the B450 one. The VRM was like, so beefy, so awesome.
Which one was it that you had a look at?
It was because they have so similar names for me. I don't know if it's because I speak Portuguese, but in English they all look the same to me. So it's Elite and gaming and they all look the same, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess it was gaming, B450 Auros gaming.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gigabyte B450 Auros gaming. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to check it out now, but I think it's something like that, you know. And I'm also building another PC with the same mobile.
Oh, okay.
A guy just bought everything and gave my address to the store, and they're gonna send everything here. I'm gonna build it and then just take it to him.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Yeah.
But
he's going with the 3600X.
Oh, okay.
Suggested, like I said, hey, you should buy a 3600, and then we were checking the prices together, and it's like 5% more. So get the better bin CPU.
Yeah, for sure. I actually think on that note I'm gonna close it off here. I had an hour for a stream, and I know the first 10 minutes was just technical difficulties, but that's always to be expected. that's just how the stream goes. But yeah, no. So thank you very much for joining me.
Oh man, I have to thank you every time. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to more people.
No, I think it's always fun having a chat with you. And to everybody watching, you should definitely go check out that graphics card comparison that Rob did, because he compared 960 to a 1060 to a 1660, and the results were really interesting to see how the GPUs like scale in comparison to each other. I think it was pretty cool.
Thank you very much for the compliment. And it's also nice doing this because I can practice my English. I don't have so many people to talk in English here.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, no. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you next week. Next week?
All right, man.
Later,
maybe.
tomorrow, I don't know. At some point.
In a few minutes, and maybe next week again.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Sorry.
Okay. So thank you everybody. Thank everybody for the super chats, and take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, there we go.